Good morning po, my dear brothers and sisters.
Good morning, Father.
Sa inyo pong lahat, welcome po sa National Shrine of the Sacred Heart, yung ating pong mga deboto, yung ating pong mga pilgrims this Jubilee year, and also yun po sa ating mga nakaantabay sa ating pong live streaming here in Makati sa National Shrine of the Sacred Heart. Wherever you are, magandang umaga po sa inyo and a blessed First Friday. Siguro po, you have heard the story na one time daw merong isang paring nagpapakumpisal. At doon po sa kumpisalan, meron pong isang taong pumasok at ang sabi, "Patawarin mo ako, Father. Nakapatay po ako ng tao." Yun po yung unang-unang bungad nung umpisal. At ang tanong po nung pari, "Bakit ka naman nakapatay? Ano ang ginawa sa'yo nung tao? Bakit mo pinatay?" Ang sagot po nung naungumpisal, "Father, napatay ko kasi ang sabi sa akin ng tao, naniniwala daw siya sa Diyos. Galit ako sa mga naniniwala sa Diyos. Pinapatay ko sila. Ikaw, Father, naniniwala ka ba sa Diyos?" Sabi nung pari, Minsan, trip-trip na lang. Trip-trip na lang pag medyo kailangan." My dear friends, when we are being asked to put our lives on the line, how true and faithful can we be to the Lord? Alam po ninyo, in our gospel this first Friday, this fourth week of Lent, and this first Friday of April, we realize and we hear Jesus Himself had no suicidal tendency. Hindi po siya palakad-lakad na ang gusto, "Patayin niyo ako." Hindi po. In fact, in the gospel, we have heard of how He was moving around as much as possible, discreetly, secretly, because He know there were people who were trying to kill Him. He values life. In fact, He would preserve and restore life. Siya nga po ay nagpagaling ng mga may sakit, bumuhay ng patay, because He values life. The Lord is not suicidal. May we understand, every time we see the cross, hindi po yan ginusto ng Panginoon. There were people who want Him dead, but for the Lord, He values life so much. And let us remember, He is true God and true man. Being a true man, being truly human, we have that instinct of life preservation. Ang mga tao po, yan po yung ating tendency, alagaan po ang buhay, protektahan po ang buhay. However, when we love life so much, to preserve that God-given life, there will come a point when we are willing to make sacrifice, to offer our lives that other lives may live. Sobrang mahal mo ang buhay, na kung maaari lang, kapalit ng buhay mo, yung maraming buhay pa ang maligtas. Yan po ang dahilan bakit po ang Panginoon sa huli, niyaka po ang krus. Pinili po ang krus. Not because He desired suicide, but He embraced sacrifice. My dear brothers and sisters, in today's gospel, we hear indeed how the Lord was true to the mission that His Father gave to Him, to proclaim the truth, to preach the truth, that man may live the fullness of life, to avoid sin and to do good, to turn from sin and go back to God. Ang tawag po diyan ay witnessing. We value life. We want to preserve life. We want life to be lived to the full. It's called witnessing, living life in truth. And the gospel says Christ goes around preaching, proclaiming the truth, even if there are people who are angry at Him. Minsan po bilang mga Katoliko, yun po yung nakatakot na atin pong painiwala at nasa isip po natin na para bang pag Katolika, kailangan handa kang mamatay sa iyong pananampalataya. Hindi po yun ang ating primary role as Catholics. Hindi po mamatay sa pananampalataya. Kundi our first role as Catholics, as believers of Christ ay mabuhay sa pananampalataya. Isabuhay ang pananampalataya. That we would value life by following God's commandments, preserving life serving other people. That when we come to love life so much as how God would teach us, we respect life, we would come to a point we are willing to sacrifice our lives that other people's lives may live to the full. Handa tayong mapagod, mahirapan, yung ating mga anak ay mabuhay ng maayos. Ang tawag po dyan ay witnessing. Sacrifice is about witnessing. Several years back, nagkaroon po ng isang pag-aaral doon po sa US tungkol po sa mga kabataan na para bang nawala na po yung tiwala sa mga matanda. And it was very clear, isa po sa mga uri ng kabataan na para bang aburido sa buhay, rebelde sa buhay, ang tawag ay mga PK, letter P and K. Ano po yung mga PK? Sila po yung mga preachers, kids, mga anak po ng mga pastor. Bakit po? Ano nangyari po sa kanila? Itong mga batang ito, they became rebellious kasi they would often hear their parents, yung kanyang tatay na pastor o pastorang nanay, would preach in the congregation. Pero pag uwi sa bahay, kitang-kita nila, iba yung sinasabi, iba yung ginagawa. Kung kaya mga batang ito, nagrebelde, walang tiwala sa mga matanda because they know, ang daming sinasabi niyan, hindi naman sa buhay. Buti na lang ang mga pare. Wala po kaming anak. Siguro marami ring naggalit po sa amin. Pero hindi lang po sa mga pare, sa mga magulang. The reason why sometimes our kids have difficulty obeying us and following us, we fail to live our faith. We fail to live what we preach. We fall short of witnessing. My dear friends, as today we once more come to this National Shrine of the Sacred Heart, once more appealing to this love of God, the heart of Christ that offered His life that we may live, may we remind ourselves that we are not just being called to die for our faith. Huwag kayong matakot. Hindi po yun ang unang-unang hinihingi ng Diyos atin na mamatay ka sa iyong pananampalataya. Hindi po. Ang unang-una at pinakamahalagang hinihingi ng Diyos atin, isabuhay mo ang pananampalataya mo. Live up to what you believe. Live up to what is true, what is right, what is just. The first role of us believers of Christ, of us Christians, of us Catholics, is to become witnesses of truth. It is only then we're able to have and live what we call the fullness of life. Before we die for our faith, may we first live up to our faith.